Welcome to East Croydon, the hub of the London tram network, but also a major railway station on the Brighton Main Line. Today we're riding on Southern, on the most unusual service in their network. Instead of serving places in South London or Sussex, it goes north, all the way to Watford Junction. It doesn't hit a major London terminus, it doesn't even enter Zone 1. And I find it really fascinating. Today we'll ride the whole thing starting from East Croydon. The train station itself is well equipped with basic convenience stores and fast dining options, and it's home to 6 platforms with all stopping services being under Thameslink or Southern. Our 1510 to Watford Junction is on platform 5. Now, one thing I don't like about this station is the rather steep ramps to get down to the platforms instead of having installed lifts and escalators. Our ride today is a 5-car Class 377, the most common train in the Southern fleet. This specific variant is a 3777, which is able to operate on both third rail and overhead power, which we will need for this service. Let's start things off with a seat tour. Seats are laid out in a 2-2 configuration, as is common on Southern trains, but on this particular variant, they use the ironboard seats, which are quite disliked. The journey is an hour and 10 minutes long, so it does wear on you a little bit. But at the seats, you will find power, decent enough legroom, and a tray table that folds out and is actually big enough to support a laptop. Just as we were ready to depart, a Class 387 Gatwick Express train pulled into the nearby platform. The Gatwick Express, of course, runs through here without stopping, so this was probably just the train Southern borrowed. And here we go. East Croydon, or more accurately the Windmill Bridge Junction, is where the Brighton Main Line splits into 2. One branch going to London Bridge, and the other to London Victoria via Clapham Junction, which is what we're on. We will stop at every station on this branch on our way to Clapham, which means we'll be on the slow set of tracks, which only get up to 60 miles per hour. The fast tracks get up to 70, which for normal people is 100 and 110 kilometers per hour respectively. The Croydon to Watford service runs just hourly, which honestly doesn't seem like enough. Aside from the overground, this is the only train that goes around London in a north to south direction and doesn't enter Zone 1, and because of that, the off-peak fare is a strikingly low £4.20. The train filled up substantially at Clapham Junction, where we stopped for a few minutes due to pathing, but also to allow everyone to get on. We are now interlined with London Overground Maltby Line, sharing all the same stops. Our next stop, Imperial Wharf, opened in 2009 to serve new developments at Chelsea Harbour. This is Kensington Olympia, the station with the least amount of tube trains. Well, the least amount of non-zero tube trains. But at least it gets frequent service on the Overground and this service, of course, if you can consider an hour frequent. This service began after the West London line, which is what we're on now, was electrified in 1993. The main reason for electrification, you may be surprised to find, was Eurostar, because before HS1 to St. Pancras opened, Eurostar trains terminated at Waterloo, and they used this line to get from there to their, at the time, depot. After Shepherd's Bush, we slow down quite a bit as we navigate Willesden Junction. Despite being quite a major station, we aren't able to stop there. But once we get through, we're now on the West Coast Main Line. This is one of the 2 most important railways in the entire country. It's used by long-distance trains from the likes of Avanti West Coast and London North Western Railway, as well as quite a lot of freight. For the rest of this journey, we're parallel as well to the Watford DC line, which is used by the Bakerloo and Line S lines. This service is like an express version of that line, stopping at Wembley Central and Harrow and Wealdstone where you can change. As we got close to Watford, I found myself very impressed by this service. While it used to go even further north, it's still quite a nice hack to get from south to north fairly quickly without having to deal with nasty tube interchanges or get charged the Zone 1 fare. It does seem a little isolated, but it has multiple connections to other urban services at the likes of Watford Junction, West Brompton, and Shepherd's Bush. I think once Old Oak Common finally opens and the service gets an Elizabeth Line connection, it'll get even more heavily used. Maybe that'll be what it needs to have its frequency increased. When I got to Watford, I tapped out with my Oyster card, and indeed I was charged just £4.20 for the journey from Zone 6 to 9. Double nice. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Have you ever ridden this service? Does your city have something similar? I've got to get the train home now, which is a slightly faster one, so I'll see you next time.